You don't want to see earthquake?
No.
The last time I saw earthquake, he got booed at A&T. Do you remember that year? Homecoming.
Yes.
Do you remember that year?
What was that? 2011. I
Kevin
think it was
Hart
like
was the.
2011.
I was still a Kevin Hart fan.
No, that was an earthquake. That was Arnez J.
No, it
Because
wasn't. No, it wasn't. That
because
was earthquake.
I interviewed Kevin Hart that year.
Well, then
I don't
maybe Arn.
remember Earth.
No, earthquake got booed. Earthquake got booed at A&T. I remember specifically. Yes, he did in the goddamn Corbett gym.
Damn.
His ass got booed. I remember that shit. I
Damn.
remember that shit.
I if it wasn't my mom's birthday, but that's what she was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I was like, okay, girl.
Listen, that's what she want to do. Let her have her fun to see earthquake and who else?
It's Earthquake, Mike Epps,
Okay.
D.O. Hughley,
Mm.
Cedric the Entertainer, and DC Young Fly. So I'm cool with DC Young Fly, Mike Epps, and
Cedric.
Cedric.
Who's the headliner?
I don't know. I want to say Mike Epps. I think it's Mike Epps.
Over Cedric?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm. We got to think about current Mike Epps versus current Cedric the Entertainer. Like
Cedric
Cedric
had
got.
Cedric had a stand
Mm-mm.
up on Netflix like 2 years ago, and that shit had me weak. Mike Epps is hit or miss, bruh. And I'm
Honestly, when it comes to Mike Epps stand up, I'm a little leery. But you know what I'm gonna have on deck, and that's just what it's gonna be. So I'm excited to see DC Young Fly because I think he's hilarious. So I'm excited about
yes,
that.
we know he's your favorite.
I do. I adore him. I adore him. So I hope that but I've never seen him in stand up. He makes me crack up on Wild and Out.
Oh
And
yeah, and
so let's see. Yeah. Let's see.
what's
I
the
don't
85
know.
South, the 85 South podcast? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I know they're coming back to Charlotte sometime over the summer. I gotta see. Last time me and Brandon went to go see them, they roasted us. So we'll see what happens.
Because y'all was sitting in the front.
Yeah. And that was our first date and we got roasted.
You gotta go back for like as a cycle, like hey,
I'll
last
sit in
time
the
we were here.
back.
No, you gotta sit in the
I'll
front
sit in the
again
back.
for old,
Absolutely not.
for old time's sake. You gotta sit in the front again.
No, because now they done got big, so they had like Spectrum. You know what I'm saying? So versus them at the Comedy Zone. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I
But
don't
I mean, it's
know.
it's a it's a tradition now. Y'all kind of gotta go get roasted again. I'm so sorry. I don't make the rules.
I
I'm
don't like
sorry.
that.
I mean,
I don't like that.
it's really not up to you at this point. You kind of have to go. You kind of have to. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna have to get roasted together. Get roasted in love. Oh, that's so nice. You ready to start the show?
Yeah.
She read.
Is that
And
Tupac on your shirt?
it is.
Oh.
Is there something you want to
No,
say?
no, I just didn't know.
Hey guys,
Hey. Hey everyone.
what's going on?
What's poppin'?
I'm your girl
Shit.
Sierra T,
Oh my god, I'm your girl Cheryl B.
and this is Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast.
Whoo, where we wrap the culture up in color.
Yes, ma'am.
Period. Oh god.
See, we guys only come to you virtually when there is something going on. With,
Yes, yes.
so,
Unfortunately, the vid finally got your girl.
man,
It's been a great streak, 3 years.
yeah, yeah.
But I will say, um, I believe in the science. Shout out to Dr. Fauci. Because your girl is vaxxed and boosted, and I just felt like I had a cold. So,
Come on, vax and boosted. Do you still have like your taste and your smell and everything?
mhm.
That's good. That's good.
The crazy part was like, I had a little scratchy throat, but I wasn't really thinking nothing of it. I was like, okay, whatever. And then the next day I woke up and I felt like a bobblehead was like, I felt like the way a
Come on,
bobblehead tried to stay
bobblehead.
steady. And I actually, I mean, I still got up, I worked.
Hmm.
And then I would say that afternoon, I was like, nope. And by Friday afternoon, I was okay.
He was set. He was good to go.
Yeah, I had went to the
Okay.
store because I was like, you know what, we don't got no creamer. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you was going out in public?
I had went to the store. I didn't even know. I had no clue. I didn't
Oh,
test until I got
this is before you knew. Okay.
because Simone had said something to me,
Hmm.
and it kind of triggered me. I was like, you know what, let me take a COVID test. But when I'm in the stores, so if y'all didn't know, I went to Dreamville Fest, and that's how this happened. You know, I was around thousands of people. But when I was inside for events at Dreamville Fest, my mask is up. I'm one of them people. I'm still wearing the mask. But when I was outside, I didn't really think, you know. And besides, I was like mesmerized by Usher, so I wasn't really paying attention. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So even when I went to the store, my mask was up. Like, but
Okay.
I was good. Like I was just like, and it wasn't until my sister said something to me, I was like, okay, let me take a test. And when I
Did
say
she
that
get it,
thing,
Kobe?
normally you gotta,
Did she have it too?
nope, nope.
Damn.
It's very similar to that time we were at your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember? It
That's
was
right.
like,
Cause
well,
I did.
how
I
does?
did. I didn't get it because I didn't get
Yeah,
it.
me neither. So it's the same thing. But
Interesting.
yeah, but we'll be back together next week because
Yes. Yeah.
I don't like I don't like it.
The virtual is hard. I mean, it's not hard to do, but it's different. But it is what it is. So
It's like when you
glad you
see virtual interviews. You know what I'm saying? It's
still.
like it's
Yeah.
better when you're sitting on somebody's couch.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Because I,
So yeah.
yeah, for sure. For sh- for show. For
Yeah.
show. All right,
Yeah.
sis. What can't you wrap your head around?
I cannot wrap my head around. Actually, I can't wrap my head around COVID. That really was my thing. Like that was my
Yeah.
thing. Um, but I cannot wrap my head around the fact that a lot of these celebrities are like dropping all these tours. Like, do they not understand that we're trying to prep for Beyonce?
I
It's
know
just
I
like
am.
I'm noticing. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care about us. Like you're dropping tours. It's like almost like every other week now somebody's dropping a tour.
Mm-hmm.
SZA, even Bryson Tiller's coming. Who else
Jill
just
Scott.
released a tour?
Oh, Jill
Jill
Scott.
Scott,
But who I've never
Lil
seen.
Bape. Girl, it's an
I
experience.
heard. I heard. I heard.
You
One
gotta
day.
see Jilly from Philly.
I know.
Lil Baby just dropped a tour with
Yes, he did.
Glorilla.
Hmm.
I'm like, yo, y'all gotta chill out. Like, I mean, I'm not going to see Lil Baby, but it's just like, okay, like, damn, like, can y'all just like slow down? We just paid like, a bunch of money to see Beyonce, like, and that's what we're prepping for.
That's the main event for me.
Honestly,
That's the main event for me. Somebody was like, they was still like the tickets are a little bit cheaper now if you can find them.
where you sit in the parking lot?
I don't know where they sitting. I don't know where they sit, but some people said that they did get like cheaper tickets to the concert. But
And it's like, I guess it depends on like what people like identify as cheaper. You know what I'm saying? People's paying like $300, and it's like, oh yeah, I found a ticket for like 280. Like, okay.
once the fees get there, you might as well have just
Honestly, that's what I can't wrap my head around. I just realized that.
because when I tell
Death
you
to Ticketmaster,
when I tell you we could have been in there for way cheaper, but then them fees was like I was like, oh,
girl. There was I think she's a country artist that literally just went old school like last week,
I
and
heard
she
about
released her
this.
right. She released her
Yes.
tour tickets at the box office. I was like, you know what,
First of all, hold on. I didn't even know you could like. I didn't even know that was an option, right? I didn't even know you could be like, oh no, I'm gonna just opt out of Ticketmaster. Like I had no idea you could do that.
girl? Listen, I can't even front, like we were just talking about the comedy show for my mom's birthday. I'm not even going to tell you how much I paid in total. You know what I'm saying? For the tickets on top of service fee. What service? What is the service?
It's not like you're
What is
giving
the
out free
service?
food. You're not giving out no free food.
You not giving out no free food. You not giving out no free drinks. You ain't giving no t-shirts. Is DC Young Fly gonna talk to me personally?
Yeah.
I'm not understanding.
Y'all not validating parking.
You, you're not giving me a gas voucher. You're not doing none of this. I'm confused. So what is the service fees?
Nothing. Nothing.
Very ghetto. Very ghetto. Very ghetto. Like, I don't like it. What gets you at your head around?
Okay, so it's tax season, y'all.
Oh,
Have you filed your taxes yet?
yes, yes.
Did you get your money back yet?
No.
I filed my taxes on a Friday. I got my money on a Thursday of next week.
Oh, that's what's up.
I know, but so I learned through. Gotta love TikTok, man. So I learned through TikTok that the goal, which I didn't know, the goal for taxes is to not get any money back and not owe. So I learned that when you get money back on your taxes, it means that your job has been overcharging you in taxes. And for me, yes. Yes. So however much money you got back, give or take whether you had a child or whatever.
Right.
Your job is taking out too much goddamn money in your taxes. And the amount of money I got back, I was like,
right.
Let me speak to somebody in HR.
Because interesting. I didn't know that.
I got a pretty decent chunk of change back, sis. And I'm just like,
oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, but why y'all been taking all this? I could have used this. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Interesting.
So I can't wrap my head around that. I don't really. Taxes are confusing. Okay.
Girl.
Very, very. They were free to file this year, so.
Huh.
You paid?
I mean, I used TurboTax, so I had to pay the little.
No, I used Tax Act, and it was free. I use Tax Act every year, and usually I have to pay. But no, federal taxes were free. They tried to charge me for $40 for state tax when I was only getting $30 in return. So I'm like, I could just do state taxes on paper and send them in. Damn, sis.
I didn't have to pay. It wasn't a whole bunch.
Yeah, no.
But the thing with TurboTax is like, I just took it. It was like, do you want to pay the fee, with the money you're getting back? So, I was like, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. But I feel like one day I'm going to I actually want to ask an accountant to do my taxes because I feel like I be doing something wrong. I really do. Because it's almost too easy for me. And I'd be like, maybe it's just because I don't have a house yet. I'm not married. Yeah. It's just, I do have the same job. So I'm like, but sometimes it bothers me. I'd be like, why is it taking me?
No. My mom
I'd
taught
be
me
like, why is it taking me like 45 minutes?
My mom taught me how to do my taxes when I was like 18. And I've been doing my taxes by myself since I was like 18.
Same.
But yeah, no, because you don't have any assets or anything like that to your name, it's gonna be that easy. So I don't want you to feel like, and TurboTax, I'm sure has like a system for you to like check the numbers on the. Yeah, girl. I've been doing my taxes by myself. I ain't never been audited or nothing like that.
Ever, and that's what I'm saying. Like every year, I'd be hitting the net. I'm like, okay, and TurboTax is like, this looks good. You're doing great, and I'm like.
Trust me. Hey, girl, listen.
I don't know.
It's good. You good. You don't have it. Now, once you get that house and you get married, then I'm like, I can't help you. But as a single person with no assets, I got you, girl.
Girl. Shout out to us. Because I was like, it took me like 45 minutes to do this. If that.
Really?
So, yeah, it didn't take me that long.
It took me like maybe 10 minutes. I'm so used to doing it now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, file your taxes. The shit's a scam. But anyway, you got to do it.
You have to the 18th, y'all. You got to do it by the
I thought
18th.
it was the 16th, but you're right. I think you're right. Anyway, sometime this month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do them soon.
Yeah, literally.
All right, let's jump into the show. We got a list. Got a list. We have a list.
Mm-hmm. We
Is
have a
it?
list.
We have a list.
We have a list.
Of course, we missed a few things from last week. But we got a few things on there from there. But
Shout out to y'all, because I know this will be posted that we wasn't doing an episode. A lot of people was like, y'all good? What's the problem? Like, what's going on?
yeah,
So shout out to y'all that actually like really wait for us every Thursday. So we appreciate it. I was really like, it made me smile that y'all was like, okay, like, we'll
yeah.
get it together. So that's what's up. Like,
Yeah. I
and
can't
then we
believe
come
you
back
did.
with a virtual, episode. They probably like,
It's not what it looks
all
like.
right.
She's just sick, y'all.
Yes, you see, that's it.
That's
Next
it.
week, that's it. I'm good.
Don't look too far into it, okay?
At all. At all.
At all.
Mm-mm.
Let's jump right into it. The biggest thing right now is that Tennessee is acting a whole ass, and a
Yeah,
half.
literally.
They done kicked out these two fine young black men out of the out of the
The
thank you.
the Tennessee State House.
Yes, thank you. They done kicked these two Justin Jones
Mm-hmm.
and
Justin Pearson.
Pearson. Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jones was just reinstated through something else. Through I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what it is, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. So Jones has already been reinstated, but Pearson, they're supposed to be doing a special vote for him.
Hmm.
It's a lot. So, like, if you guys haven't been paying attention, so Pearson and Jones both were expelled, all because they, participated in an anti-gun violence rally after what happened with the mass shooting in Nashville. The thing is, and of course, people are like, of course, GOP legislators are like, oh, well, it had nothing to do with race. There was another Democratic leader who also participated with them. She is a white woman, and she still has her job. She still has her position. And she has been advocating for these young men to get their jobs back. I will say this. So Jones has been reinstated.
Hmm.
Pearson, unfortunately, I feel like there is a major target on this young man's back. They have been giving him hell since he got into Senate, since he got into chambers in January. Pearson's journey, he had a special election. He covers the city of Memphis. He covers that district. He wore a dashiki his first day.
Yes. Hmm.
And they were getting on him about that. They were like, you need to follow the rules. There's literally no rule that says you cannot wear dashiki. I feel like they've just been waiting to get this young man because Jones right back in. Pearson, I feel like they're trying to make an example of him because of his afro, and he's a little bit more Afrocentric. And that's not me diminishing Jones
Right.
and his stand, but it's really disgusting what's going on in Tennessee. And they've also threatened to cut funding to his
Yep.
district if they vote to reinstate him.
Yep. That's what it says here. Yep.
It's really sad and really disgusting.
Yeah.
But they
Funding for
literally
schools.
say,
Funding for schools.
right. What did Memphis do to y'all? What did Memphis do to you guys?
This
Like,
is
what is it
crazy.
about? What is it about? What is it about this district and this young man that is putting y'all in such a tizzy? And I think it's just because he's black and he's young.
The
He's
thing is,
29 years old.
the thing with Jones though is also that even though he was reinstated, he's now only acting as interim. So he doesn't even have his full position back. He has to there has to be a special election all over again for him
That
to win
sucks.
and get that seat, which is crazy to me.
That is really Tennessee is on my list to be ousted from the United States with Florida.
Mm.
I don't know how they, just looking at the map, I don't know how we can do that, what kind of pair of scissors we can get. But Tennessee is on my list with Florida with Florida and Alabama and Mississippi to get up out of here because unacceptable.
Did you see the video of I don't know if it's the right word, the speaker of the Tennessee Senate or whatever, talking about, well, he needs to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about Justin Jones needs to, why hasn't he apologized? If any human would apologize about, he was making it very, very American. And then Jones was like,
Child.
what did Jones say? He was like, this man has like barred me from like voting in polls, important things, and like he's
Mm-hmm.
done. That guy has done some nasty shit to Jones. What is his name? Do you know his name?
I don't
Um,
know.
he has done some very, very nasty stuff to to both of them. I didn't even know that. I mean, I should have known, but I didn't even know that they could expel their people out of the Senate like that.
I'm wondering if that can be brought up to the federal level because there's a lot of people that need to be expelled out of chambers because I'm not understanding like
Okay, but here's my thing. I don't trust the federal level because we got a lot of
that part.
it's
That
so
part.
it's so damn frustrating, man.
It's just nasty and it's very messy. It's like, yo, what is going on? Like, and I feel like Tennessee politics have been like they just like snuck up out of nowhere. It's like they have been the spotlight, the negative, the political negative spotlight has been on the state of Tennessee for
Hmm.
like the first quarter of the year, and it's just like it doesn't look like there's any end in sight,
Right.
and that scares me because y'all know what I always say. It's like a distraction because everybody was talking about Florida and we
Hmm.
still need to talk about DeSantis and what's going on. So this distraction, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I I first of all, you know what I would like to see? I need the security detail for Jones and Pearson to be upped. And I would
Mm,
love to see a lot of these celebrities put their funding towards that. Put some money towards protecting these two men because
seriously.
I don't trust it.
I don't either.
I don't trust it. And because we know that everybody address is available. You can find out where all these people live very,
Exactly.
very easily.
That's actually really concerning when it comes to just politicians across the board,
Yeah.
ones that are actually doing the work. But like for you to just be able to just pull up, to where Hakeem Jeffries lives, like
Hmm.
that's wild to me. I'm sorry. Like,
I I agree. I agree. And the thing is, like, I've seen a lot of people like, oh, if you feel like a lot of people in Tennessee should go out and like all of these people who are voting against like gun laws and
mm-hmm,
drag shows and books, like go to those people's houses and protest in front of their houses. And I'm like, damn, just the fact that we have access to that information is crazy. But it honestly might be the most effective thing if you think about it, which is bizarre to
mm-hmm.
say. Like, because I know if somebody
Yeah,
was protesting in front of my neighborhood, they would kick me out of this apartment. They were like, she gotta go. She's just disrupting the peace. You know what I'm saying? Like,
child.
it's crazy that we have to go
I
through such drastic things for these changes to happen, which is crazy.
I don't and that's my thing. It's like so you're literally ridiculing two people for protesting children who were killed in your home state,
Hmm.
but you want to ban drag show? I would love to see politicians stand up for those families, not just for the children, for all the victims of not just even Nashville, of just all the mass shootings that had happened over the last 20 years, over the last 10 years, hell, over the last 6 months.
Mm.
But y'all want to focus on drag shows, and I understand it's really just because drag shows not putting no money in y'all pockets. That's what this is all about.
Because funny enough, a shooting just happened yesterday in Louisville. Because the dude was this is a throwback one. I ain't seen nobody shoot up their job because they was fired in a long time. But dude got fired from his job and shot up the bank
That's wild.
just yesterday.
Literally. Literally.
And meanwhile, y'all trying to make a martyr out of these two men, like it's crazy.
Right. And meanwhile, the white lady get to keep her job. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that.
You know what we forgot to add on this list? I just remembered. Trisha Cotham.
Oh, that was next on the Charlotte political mix up. We can move right into it.
Let's go to it.
Girl. So if you guys have not been paying attention to what's been going on within North Carolina politics, Mecklenburg County I'm sorry, Union County is it Union County or Mecklenburg County?
It's Mecklenburg, girl.
That's right. Mecklenburg County politics, complete mix up. I mean, not mix up,
Oh.
complete messiness that happened out of nowhere. So what Sis is talking about, Trisha Cotham, longtime Democrat, all of a sudden switches to switches to the Republican Party in the middle of everything,
Mm-hmm.
out of nowhere, which ethically you're not supposed to do.
I can't believe it's even allowed. Do you hear me? I can't
Mm.
believe they allowed her to go through with this shit. This is so nasty, and I want that bitch to resign.
There's something going on within Mecklenburg County that we may not know what completely is going on yet, but we really need to pay attention because she officially completed her move earlier this week. And it's we need to really talk to the state board of elections
Mm-hmm.
because something that's not right. Something is not right. She announced. I'm gonna read this. She announced last week that she was leaving the Democratic Party, her political home for her entire adult life, due to what she said was an inhospitable environment for moderate and independently minded lawmakers. She said the party, which her family has been a major part for decades, has become unrecognizable to her. And she said she was joining the GOP because she felt she could no longer vote her conscience as a Democrat.
Fuck out of here. Lies.
What?
It's bullshit and it's lies, and she's going to hell.
I it's something is telling me that she was like paid to switch or something. I
This
don't
might have
know.
this might have been a long game. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. This is not a grand opening, grand closing situation. This is a grand opening and a very, 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 very long hallway with multiple doors in it until we get to the exit. Cause something ain't right. Something ain't right. They're being so hush hush about it.
They trying to.
They really are. They're being very, very. They're being real hush hush about it. Mm.
I feel like bullying her on Twitter. This is so nasty.
I mean,
Cause like I don't even. Oh my god.
a lot of her colleagues have already called for her to resign because this is
Yes.
just like it's unconstitutional. They called it a betrayal,
It
which
it is. It's a betrayal because a whole bunch of the people who did go and vote for her, they voted for her. Probably one. I'm not getting. I'm.
no, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
These people probably didn't even read up on who they was voting for, and they just saw that she was a Democrat and voted for her ass. And two, they just was voted all blue. Was like, yeah,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying?
We're coming up on a major election season here in the country, but definitely in North Carolina. We have, unfortunately, our governor, he's leaving us.
Damn.
Um, and that governor seat, Mr. Roy Cooper, is going to be vacant. And it could literally go either way. Depending on how that governor seat goes, it's almost like a domino effect.
I feel like
I
this
don't
gonna be a
know.
nasty fight, sis. I feel like I don't want to say this,
You might as well.
but I feel like North Carolina might be the next state to have to deal with all this wild shit. Like,
I hope not. Give it to South Carolina. Give it to them.
I don't know because if this shit with Trisha Cotham slides, that's open up a foot. Like if no one interferes with this, if she doesn't resign, the floodgates open. That's what
Yeah,
I really believe.
literally.
I truly and honestly believe that. Like we're done. We're done for. Like because they'll be like, oh yeah, well you can just kind of do whatever in North Carolina.
Which you can already do anyway. But Mm.
Yeah, I'm disgusted, man. Anything else for Charlotte?
For now, no. For now.
For
And
now.
you can put a pin in that because it ain't over.
My God. God, this shit is so sick, man.
It
All right,
really is.
all right. Let's move forward. What do we have next? Anything else for politics?
Nothing else for politics. Everything else is pretty,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty basic, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Well, uh, your parents is freaking out about a new documentary that's coming out on Hulu about Freaknik, specifically 1994.
Jesus. Oh, it's gonna be that specific year.
They have said specifically 1994, and then of course they'll go back.
That must have been the worst
And
one.
yeah, the aunties and the uncles are in an uproar. They are. I've seen so many people on Facebook that are like, "Oh,
This okay. I've got the okay, sorry, ads popping up here. I got the official article from Vibe up
mm-hmm,
here. Okay, so here we go. Hulu has plans to bring the story of Freaknik to the silver screen. Exclusively reported by Variety, the streamer announced Freaknik, the wildest party never told, an original documentary chronicling how the infamous affair came to prominence and its demise. According to the project's synopsis, it recounts the rise and fall of a small Atlanta HBCU picnic that exploded into an influential street party and spotlighted ATL as a major cultural stage, raising the question, can the magic of Freaknik be brought back 40 years later?
please not,
Y'all have
please
been
not."
trying to rehash
They
that,
have,
and I want y'all to leave it right where the fuck it's at.
seriously, for all our seriously, like for all our Gen Zers, or I would say those that's on the cusp of millennial
Mm-hmm.
and Gen Z,
Mm-hmm.
y'all wasn't there to see some of the footage from Freaknik, and this is the time to go on YouTube and find out what happened. There was a lot going on. Like Sis said, it was supposed to be a good time. It ended up just being like a big party.
Mm-hmm.
And then violence started to happen, sexual assaults, rapes,
Mm-hmm.
just it got out of hand, out of nowhere. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of fraternities and sororities were like shut out. Members of the sororities and fraternities were shut out because of behavior.
Damn, I didn't know
Be-
that. I haven't heard that.
behavioral. Oh yeah, because a lot of that, like you're wearing your colors and doing stuff like yeah. So
I mean, I think people are, you know, well within their reason to be kind of nervous about this documentary because for one thing, for those who weren't there, this
right,
was back when you would just walk around with a camcorder in your pocket, and who knows what you was doing with them damn tapes after that.
literally.
Someone tweeted on my timeline that they was just going through their dead uncle's stuff in their house and they came across some very wild, explicit tapes from Freaknik. Yes,
Oh,
yes, they clean out. The uncle died, so they gotta clean out the house and
oh,
shit. But this is what I'm saying. Like you don't, I think like people are, a bit concerned and like women are concerned about, their identities being displayed across the fucking country on a Hulu documentary, and I think fairly certain. My issue, because here's my thing about Freaknik, right? Everybody loves to glorify it. Freaknik, Freaknik. Oh,
mm,
we was having a good old time. But I always think about the women who were violated there. We like to gloss over those stories, but that shit happened too, yo.
right.
Like Freaknik, like for someone who we don't know, might be somebody's mama. That might be like those might be triggering words for her. Like, there's clips on my Twitter timeline right now of a woman walking through a crowd, men snatching off her clothes,
Mm-hmm.
fondling her breasts, touching her butt, trying to stick their hand up her skirt. You know what I'm saying? Like when people glorify Freaknik, I just think like you got to make sure that you, in this time of day, like you gotta make sure that you're, and I think a lot of people have a hard time with that, sis. I think a lot of people have a hard time with like reconciling that. Like, wow, while you may have had fun at this event,
Right.
this event is triggering for someone else, right? And it's just like, and it's like video footage of that shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, any day, like because it's been such a big topic, everybody's been talking about it. My Twitter timeline by default has
Mm-hmm.
been raunchy as fuck for like the last
Raunchy as hell. Raunchy
right.
as hell. And granted, there were some women and men that participated in the
Yes,
nonsense with
yes,
no shame to the game. It was like posing for the camera with their titties out,
yeah, straight
like
up, yes.
had no problem with it. But for those that were not, I think when it comes to honestly, when it comes to I don't want to call it documentary culture,
Mm-hmm.
but just documentary creation. And maybe one day, as a huge fan of documentaries, I would love to be a part of it to see like how do y'all go about secure, or how do you go about protecting those people who are involved in this footage that you have, obtained? Like
Mm-hmm.
how does that work?
I don't
Because I
know
know
if
you
there are
you
like
probably can't get in
laws,
contact with everybody, but
right?
you know what I'm saying?
I don't, and that's one thing, right? And I think that I don't know if there are like laws, like because you've seen footage of like crowds, and it's like you may or may not be able to recognize a face. But when we get to
Right.
like women who are twerking on top of like buses and cars and shit, then it's like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
it gets weird. So maybe I hope that like first of all, I don't know if Hulu plays like will even show like some of the raunchier stuff, which I don't think they will.
I
I
think
don't
they
know.
might. Hulu has had some informative documentaries over the
Mm.
past 2 years, but they
Oh.
have it's more so like expose ish. So you know
Ah.
what I mean?
Okay.
Um Now Jermaine Dupri and Uncle Luke are the producers behind this.
Well, shit. We won't be hearing about that then.
So I mean, I actually found it interesting that Uncle Luke was behind it,
Do
but
you?
that's what I'm saying. It made sense to me
Mm-hmm.
because his music was so iconic in that time of like, shake, you know what I'm saying? Shake them titties, baby.
Yes.
Or, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm wondering, I mean, Uncle Luke is now a grown ass man now. So I'm wondering, is there any type of like, all right, let's maybe tone it down a little bit? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm wondering, like, Uncle Luke, you got kids now, probably got grandkids now.
Yeah.
So that's great that they understand what you did for music and for black
Mm-hmm.
culture, but do they really know what your
Mm.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
un, un,
Legacy.
what your legacy created. It didn't just stop at Miami base.
Yeah. Oh,
It expanded to Atlanta and DC to New York with the Puerto Rican Day Parade, another situation that people were being violated and shit like
yes,
that. You know what I
they
mean?
were. Yes, they were. Talk
I
about it.
remember.
I remember
You know what
hearing
I'm
them
saying?
stories too. Absolutely.
It it
Absolutely.
it went from Miami all the way up and out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna tune in if I see some of y'all parents. I mean, because the '90s, the daddies in the '90s was fine. So like, I'm be like, that was your dad? Wow,
Listen, because if Shannon Sharp out there, I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching. Because
girl.
I take Shannon Sharp now.
Any day, like right now,
2023.
right? They be like, he's like 50 something.
And
Yeah,
that's fine.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well aware. Well aware. We
I
cool.
love it.
I don't see
Yeah,
the I don't see the
you could be his
problem.
daughter,
That's
and he could be my zaddy.
anyway, yes, we will be I don't know if they've started putting it together. There's no release date on here.
Mm-mm.
But I'm guessing probably about the end of this year, maybe, or shit, if they already started it, maybe summertime. I
That
don't
would be a
know.
good time. That would be a good time.
It would be a good time to release it for sure. I think so
That
too.
would be. That would be a
Um,
good time.
but yeah,
Mm, mm,
uh,
mm.
uh,
I
uh,
actually asked. I actually asked my parents. I knew they wasn't there because in what '94 I was 6, so they was wholesome. My dad was at work and shit. My mom was at work, but I asked them. I was like, anything you want to tell me before? My mom was like, what is Freaknik? I said, you remember Freaknik? She was like, was that big raunchy thing? And I said, yeah. She said, oh, no, I wasn't there. And my dad was talking about maybe. I was like, nigga, please.
Oh my God. I asked my mom today if she was there. She was like, no, but I might be on Girls Going Wild. I said, girl, God damn it, mom. She gets on my nerves. She's so annoying, man. Well, don't laugh at that shit. Don't laugh at that shit.
Yo, if you ever have a chance to watch the Girls Go Wild documentary,
That's
very
a Girls
interesting.
Going Wild documentary?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I
You
didn't know that.
you know I'll be all into it. Like because I remember them tapes. I remember them tapes.
Right,
I
you
remember them commercials. Like I'm like 8 years old. Like
I'm like, yo, let's talk about it because the fact that it could be like, it would be like 9 o'clock and that shit would just be like on,
right,
like you was like, we're all like, what is going on?
watching 2020 with my parents, and all of a sudden it's like, get your Girls Go Wild. I'm like,
Yo, yo, the '90s were wild, bro. Cause just be like sitting in cash for tapes of girls pulling up their tops is wild.
girl, when you could have just went to a strip club, I didn't understand. But
Oh my God.
that man made so much money. He made an obscene amount of money
You
with
know
them
what I want to
tapes.
know?
It was
If
very
there's
interesting.
someone, I wonder if there's someone who like owns like all like the whole collection, like
I would question
because I
them.
feel
I'd
like
be
there
like, you
is.
good?
Like they got
I feel
like
like you
one through
good.
37. They got like all the volumes.
Hmm. Hmm.
There's someone out there.
Yes, I. The 90s was wild, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I am glad to
Yeah,
say I
yeah.
survived it and lived through it,
Hmm.
because.
Yeah,
But even
yeah.
so, like I even think about like Freaknik and Uncle Luke, and then you had like some of these rappers that came out with like when Tip Drill dropped and all these, what I'm saying, like with member
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
the domino effect. It was just
I don't know. Like I said, if Uncle Luke has had some growth in the years, I hope he talks about this the misogynoir in those
mm,
situations and how maybe his music kind of manifested some of that shit.
listen.
Damn.
Yeah, he definitely did. But I mean, I guess it like promoted. I guess it was promoting what like Megan Thee Stallion and the City Girls is doing now, just for a female, just with a female voice. It was the same shit, but just
It is the same
dirtier.
shit, way dirtier, but it's also
Yeah.
different. I think it's also kind of different when it comes to a man because a lot of men don't
Mm-hmm.
like when the girls be rapping about the sex. They be like, why is she rapping about sex? She's a lady, you know.
We can have
So
that conversation. We can have that conversation at the time, because I am so tired of arguing with men about.
why is she talking about sex? You're not supposed to be having sex. You're a lady. Like ladies fuck every day,
So then
bitch.
who? So then who do you have sex with? I'm confused.
Who are you fucking?
Right? Like who are you having sex with if
Like
ladies are not supposed to? Who are you having sex with?
oh,
Aren't you sexting this woman that you want to have sex with? Dumbass. Like I can't. I can't. I can't. I really. I can't.
okay. Let's move forward.
Yeah.
We gotta. Okay, we're gonna run through these because we getting there. We have 44 minutes. Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
I know, right? I
Wow.
know it's going by so fast.
Wow.
Um, Last week the big thing was LSU controversy. LSU versus some was the college? I don't know.
Iowa.
Iowa. Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch the sports. The college sports rather.
I
But
don't either.
I saw the clip of the white girl doing like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing some sick ass play happened, and she was like, "You can't see me, John Cena." Um, and then Angela Reese was, I guess, had another play, and probably and she was like, "You can't see me either, bitch," And Tony Yayo started this anyway. This is not John Cena. This is Tony Yayo. Okay.
Let's talk about it,
Okay.
because mm-hmm,
Yes. Um, and all of white America was like, I can't believe Angela Reese she's not showing good sportsmanship. Oh, because what happened was at the end of the game. Did you see that clip when they
mm-hmm.
when they met each other? And
Yep.
what did Angela say to that girl? She was like, "Call me a
Angel.
angel." What did she say? Call me a
Angel.
bitch again. Call me a bitch again, and
Something
that
like that.
something like that. She basically was like, "Meet me outside," basically. You know,
Right.
right? But so LSU ended up winning the game, of course. Have you been seeing her TikToks of like
Girl. Unapologetic, and I love it.
it's just phenomenal. It's chef's
I
kiss.
She's been like that on TikTok because like she's come across my timeline. My FYP several
Mhm.
times. She's always been like that. It's like who said something? Because she
Listen.
is the face of LSU basketball.
Hmm. There was a guy. That was 2 weeks ago, y'all. So give me a second to scroll through. There was a guy who had made his official comments at first. Here we go. So
Mm,
Keith Olbermann made a comment
yep.
about uh Angel Reese and saying it's like it's very unsportsmanship like and doing this was unprofessional when the white girl Caitlin Clark did it first. Um, hold on.
Child.
So this is what he. I think this is what he. Is this what he wrote? In sports, and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are star women's college basketball players in an Elite Eight game. Clark of Iowa scored 40 points and had a triple double and made a wrestling gesture, meaning "you can't see me" to her opponents. Last night, Reese and LSU beat Clark and Iowa for the national title, 102-85. And Reese made the same gesture to Clark and added another one indicating she was getting the championship ring. Reese
Yeah,
was
she did.
named She did. Reese was named MVP of the tournament, and nobody will remember that, nor the LSU crown. Just the fact that women's hoops has now achieved parity with the men. Its stars can be classless winners who are willing to overshadow their own team's victories. So the fact that Keith Olbermann opened his fucking mouth, right, and was like, "Oh, well, this is classless because she did it, but also she did another gesture." Like, if she if old girl was gonna come up to the porch and not shoot, then why have the gun out? You know what I'm saying?
This is my thing. It almost goes back to what you were saying about like women not being able to rap about sex. Like
Hmm.
this is sports. People
Hmm.
are gonna talk shit in sports, and this is why I always say this generation coming up, they're a bunch of punks. Okay, y'all raising some punk ass kids, and some of these teenagers are punks too. Because you're supposed to talk junk in sports, and
Hmm.
this was a championship game.
Yes.
It's
Yep.
giving Cat Williams. She shouldn't have been talking shit the last time. You didn't win anything yet, so chill out with all this.
Yeah.
Because now it's coming to bite you in the ass. I will say, Caitlyn did say she did make some remarks that was like, I don't really think she should be ridiculed. She talked shit. She played a good game. I don't see the problem. Like, it's really not that big a deal.
Period.
What I thought was inappropriate was our first lady saying that, oh, I want Iowa to come to the White House too. They didn't win. It's again, y'all raising a bunch of punks. Okay, it's like, oh, let's give them a participation trophy. They
No,
didn't win.
they lost. Big L's.
You lost. Did you invite who are the current NBA champions? I
I have
forget, y'all.
no.
Is it the Bucks?
Let's go
I
with
don't
it.
know who. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
did you invite after the Heat beat the Celtics? Did the Celtics get to go to the White House too? I don't understand.
No.
Did the Eagles go to the White House after they lost to the Rams? I mean to the Chiefs? No, no,
No.
no. I'm just
Why you gotta bring that shit up?
because I'm just saying they
Yeah.
didn't go to the White House. They didn't go to the White House. They was at home.
Neither
The
did
the,
neither did the Knicks.
the
When the last time the
what I'm
Knicks went to
saying,
the White House?
yo, what's up? Like because I'm just saying there was no need for her to interject. Like, don't you guys? some type of initiative to be paying attention to. Like, don't.
Like, ain't you got some
First of
Easter
all,
egg? Like, focus on Easter
right?
egg, the Easter egg hunt or something, girl. What
They not coming to see you anyway. They coming to see Joe.
as quiet as it's
They
kept.
they not coming to see you, and that's not me trying to disrespect the first lady, but like, girl, there was no need for. She should come too. Classic
No,
white woman syndrome. Oh well, no, no,
that
no.
part, that part right
Because if
there.
it was reciprocate, if it was switched,
Hmm.
would Angel and LSU get? Oh well, they can come too. I think not.
Yeah, exactly,
I
exactly.
think
Like,
not.
cut this shit, yo.
Yeah,
Um,
I like Angel. I think she's been great. I think she's been a great role model
mhm.
to a lot of young girls coming up, especially in the world of basketball. So, um, keep being unapologetically black. I love what she said after the game. Like this wasn't about me. This is for the girls that look like me, the ones that they say calm down. You too ghetto. You too loud. And I understand that. I get it. So shout outs to her. So I hope she keeps going, and I don't know if she's a senior or not, but regardless, I wish her the best. In the rest of her career.
For sure, for sure. Okay, few couple of things. Let's run through this. Last week, we also found out that there was a guy on the campus of our alma mater who was stabbed with a whole bunch of shit in his car. He was planning on doing something nasty. So,
Literally.
here we go. A man was arrested and charged after being found on a Triad College campus with numerous weapons and hundreds of rounds of ammunition.
Mm.
According to court documents, Brandon James Bentley was charged on Sunday, March 26th with the following: felony having a gun on educational property, felony having an explosive device on educational property, reckless
Yep.
driving, possessing a weapon on the educational property, not a gun, driving with a revoked license, and then carrying a concealed gun. Now, hold on. Hold on.
Mm.
The court documents say that on Sunday, Bentley was found at the intersection of Sullivan Street and North Bimbo Road on NCA&T campus with, here we go,
Mm-hmm.
with a revolver, a loaded handgun, a rifle, two shotguns, and several hundred rounds of ammunition. He was also found to have a makeshift firework explosive, brass knuckles, a machete, a sword, a blow dart weapon, a crossbow, a hatchet, a stun gun, a dozen knives, claws, and a baton. Now, what the?
Like he was really trying to eliminate North Carolina A&T State University.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Like he was trying to buy the land because
Here's my
what?
problem. He was already out on bail that same day, though.
That part. Yep.
Now, for those of you who have never been to North Carolina A&T's campus, shame on you. It's a beautiful campus. You should go.
Mm.
It's huge. It doesn't have any fencing around it. It's almost
Mm-hmm.
impossible to put
To
fencing.
stop.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to put fencing around the school because it's so massive. And so anybody can come on campus
Mm-hmm.
at any time during the day, anywhere.
Yep.
There's so many ways to get on campus. It's not even funny. And
Mm-hmm.
I was saying to my mom, I said, man, if I was a parent of
Right.
one of the students today, Greensboro Police Department would have to put my phone on block because when I say I'm going to keep calling y'all until y'all go back out there and pick that man the fuck up because I just listed 15 things he had in his car. What was the intent? Why do you have
Literally.
what even is a blow dart? I don't even know what the fuck that is.
What is that?
You know what
I'm
I'm
about to look it
saying?
up.
Like he had not only had guns, he had brass knuckles. Like he was gonna do something really, really dangerous and scary. Like it was gonna be another situation. I'm telling you, if I was a parent, what is it?
It's like it looks like it's used for hunting. It's the fact that I'm pulling one up on Amazon. Um, that's the scary part. Yeah, it looks like a 40 caliber blowgun. Maybe this is not it. I don't know, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
I'm just really annoyed by this, and I'm disgusted, and I'm mad that he's already back out on the streets again to,
Mm-hmm.
to re up on supplies again.
Right. Ridiculous.
And
When I saw that story, I was like, okay, what is going on here? Like
hmm
this it really just goes back to like what's going on in Tennessee. Like y'all are focused on the wrong thing. Why are people able to get access to weapons of this caliber?
mm,
I'm not understanding like how this keeps happening over and over and over again. But I mean, because he did get on campus because he actually chased one of the school officers.
yeah,
So it's
yes,
like
it shit don't make no sense, man.
it don't. It
And
really
it's really
don't.
scary. I'm telling y'all, man. If I was a parent, Greensboro Police Department would not be able to stop me from calling every day. What are you guys doing to get this man back in fucking jail? Because what I don't want to hear is that he got some AR-15 and then shut up the school, and we were like, oh yeah, no shit, he came back. Y'all let him back
Right.
out. I don't see. That's what I'm. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really just wondering, like,
Mm,
what are they doing right now? Are they like putting security guards at all of the like? There's so many fucking entrances
yeah.
to the school. Like
It
how?
really is. Like
how
honestly, when you were talking about the fencing, I literally had like a map in my head. I was like going around like, and I was like, oh, it's
yes,
not actually that big. But I didn't even think about by the library and like by Webb and
yes,
all you know what I'm saying. Like
hmm
then you about Cooper all down there. That's just I was so skinny because
yeah.
I was doing so much walking.
Oh, girl. And I thought I was fat. What was I thinking,
Girl, I was so skinny, so
girl?
skinny,
And it's
so skinny.
I'm just like, oh, I don't know how they're going to protect the students, but I hope they're having some emergency meetings and figuring out, like, I don't know if they need to put a guards at every entrance slash street, whatever. They need to figure it out. They need to figure it out because this ain't it.
They're probably not going to because they don't want to pay them. That's the problem. You know what
Child.
I'm saying? Like they don't want to pay them. You got to pay them. Got to pay them. I was over by Green. I was over by A&T the end of the month, and
hmm
I mean, I could have easily drove on campus. Like I was at Bennett, another college that I just drove on campus,
hmm
and that's a much smaller school. Drove right on the campus, parked. I mean, I was there for an event, but still, like
Right.
nobody asked me, like, "Oh, you lost? You good? You lost, baby girl?" Nobody asked me nothing. Like,
Seriously. Seriously. Let's go through these. You want to talk about Stephen A. Smith really quick?
uh,
Or,
no, but yeah.
that's fine. Either way is fine.
Stephen A. Smith, apparently him and Donald Trump are, used to be cool, but he felt the need to speak about Donald Trump. I don't even know why. But he basically said that he doesn't think that Donald Trump is racist and that black people need to give him a break. Yeah, he literally said he's not against black people. Those were his words. So, he said I think he's changed, but I will tell you this. I think when people call him racist and stuff like that, I've never thought of Trump that way. He's not against black people. He's against all things not named Trump. So black people.
I don't want to hear it, and I'm tired of. All right, I don't have. We don't have enough time for me to go into how much I'm tired of hearing this conversation of
Honestly,
black people trying to speak up for this man. He's racist as hell.
I'm really tired of people talking about him in general. Like I'm like, can y'all stop? I was so disgusted with his indictment. I was excited, but I wasn't shouting it to the rooftops because the more y'all talk about him, the more this man has ammunition to just keep going and
hmm
run for president again or, groom the next Trump. I don't know. Next thing you know, it'll be his son running for president or some shit like
Oh,
that. And that's even worse. So it's like, I just really want people to just stop talking about him in general. Like, yes, he was indicted. Great. Let's get him in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
it's just really like, shut up.
I'm
Just
tired of
shut
it.
up.
I'm tired of
His
it.
own people don't even want to talk about him no more. Like, they're like, oh, okay. Like,
Period. Because he's
even
an
though,
idiot.
like, yeah, like, it's, We don't give a
Although
fuck.
although his folks were on Fox News crying like a whole but don't they're it's a witch hunt. They're, like, who was that one who had tears in their eyes almost? What's
Lindsey
that one?
Graham.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one.
I
That's the one. That's the one.
I I never thought that I would get secondhand embarrassment from a bunch of white GOPs, but watching those clips, I was like, "What the fuck is going on? What?" But it's because they need a reason to stay relevant. Think about Lindsey Graham. Nobody's talking about him.
Right.
Nobody's talking about what he's doing for the state of South Carolina or his 8 cats or whatever it is he has going on. Nobody, when we weren't talking about Trump, nobody was talking about him. Nobody was talking about Chris Christie. Nobody was talking about none of them.
Right. Right. You're
Soon as
absolutely
he's
right.
in the news, they call these people and they have to put on a show, and it's just really embarrassing. Y'all are in
It's
y'all 70s crying over this 70-year-old man. What is going on?
when I saw the tears welling up in his eyes, I said, "Bitch, you better not fucking cry.
I
You better
listen.
tighten, tighten
That's
up,
who South Carolina wants to represent them.
child."
That is who they want to represent them. A bitch. Like unacceptable.
I'm weak.
Unacceptable.
You're not wrong.
Because I just get out of here.
Okay, we're gonna run through these last three. I know I kept saying that, but I mean for real this time. Okay, first, Twitter Circle. If you use Twitter, you know about Twitter Circles, which allows you to talk to privately. You can put people in your circle so that way you're not addressing everybody. Well,
Mm-hmm.
apparently, ever since they don't gave Twitter to Elon Musk, code, all kinds of things is messing up. Basically, if you're talking shit in your Twitter circle, there's a chance that your private tweets might show up on the For You page for somebody else. Yes.
Oh, but I thought TikTok was the one with cybersecurity and privacy and all this stuff like that. Mm. I thought that was the whole point of,
I'm,
you know,
I'm just saying.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm just
I
saying.
thought that was the whole
So
point.
be careful
Mm.
about how you talk shit because the ops may be watching by accident.
Y'all should be careful who y'all talk. Y'all should be careful who y'all screenshot. Y'all should be careful who y'all talk shit to in general. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I be wanting to talk shit with my coworkers on Teams. I'll be like, it's one coworker that has my personal number. I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, I'm about to text you.
Period.
Nope.
Period. Period.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Period. 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 So yeah, there's that. You guys know Lance Reddick, who was he in The Wire?
He was in The Wire, the John Wick movies. He was on
You've
the
seen
episode
it.
of Law and SVU that I was watching that.
Oh, okay. You're not watching nothing new, huh? So Lance Reddick recently passed away, and they said that he passed away from a disease that I cannot pronounce.
Hold on,
Okay.
let me try. Let me
Oh
try.
shit, Sherelle about to butcher it. Here we go. Go
Let
ahead,
me
girl.
see. It's
Go ahead.
oh,
You can
I
do
can
it.
do it.
You can. I
Yeah.
have faith in you.
It is called ischemic heart disease.
Okay, I think that might be right. I think it might be right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, his attorney is saying that his death is the coroner's what's the name is suspicious because
The autopsy report.
thank you, girl. 'Cause God damn, I was like, y'all know what I'm talking about. People who be hanging around them dead niggas when they dead, you know. I was gonna say the mortician, somebody at the morgue, girl, somebody who be hanging with them dead niggas. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, anyway,
Oh shit.
anyway, the autopsy report, his attorney says that the autopsy report is suspicious because Lance was someone who lived on a very kind of like strict diet, and for him to die of heart disease is kind of suspicious. I had saw another article. I can't. Oh, here we go. Okay. Hornstein, his attorney says, Hornstein added that Reddit ate as if a dietitian was monitoring his every meal. The information appearing on the death certificate is wholly inconsistent with his lifestyle, he told the outlet. On behalf of his wife, Stephanie Reddick, the death certificate information is not corroborated and is inconsistent with the facts known to the family. Now, Lance's wife is a white woman.
You know what?
So I just don't, I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know if she, I don't know. I'm just stating facts here, okay? Because race and things and money plays a big part in this kinds of shit sometimes. All right. But they are looking into more of damn. He was cremated.
Oh
So
damn.
Reddick was cremated, so they can't even do another autopsy on him. Fuck.
It's always. I mean, I guess I understand when somebody dies. If you want to be cremated, you typically be gone within a week. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't take long, but like, damn, that was fast. Here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was telling sis before we got started, like, I felt like things like this it's scary because a lot of people will be like, well, they eat really well and they work out all day every day and blah 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 blah. So there's no way that they could have heart disease. There's no way they could have had cancer. Look at Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman was working out because he played Black Panther.
He was sick while doing Black Panther.
I think that a lot of people need to stop saying like just because you only eat lettuce and you only drink water every day and you and you go you know what I mean like oh you go to the gym 7 days a week twice a day, like that doesn't mean that things can't happen to you. If that's the case, athletes wouldn't get cancer. If that's the case, you have doctors who get sick. I mean, that doesn't matter. So I think what you said, sis, about race playing a factor, because unfortunately, and one day I will figure out why we are prone to certain things that white people and other people in other races are not prone to. She may not have known. He may have had something that he did not know.
But also racism, like, is in every aspect, right? So racism in terms of like the medical fields is like they may not have even known to look for that in him because
Right.
they may not have even tested him for that. You know
That
what I'm
part.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
like a lot of women, like a lot of black women suffer from like PCOS and endometriosis because they're being tested for it, while white women are not being tested for it. So of course those numbers would be lower. Oh yeah, girl.
Interesting.
Yes. So there's a lot of racism is everywhere, baby. You cannot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
escape it.
That racial bias in the medical. I did like
Yeah.
I did a little story on something was going on in California,
Mm-hmm.
and they like a study was talking about like how many black people are not going to the doctor just because they do not want to experience racial bias in the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
My family gets mad at me because I'll quit to go to the doctor. I don't care. I
Mm-hmm.
go to the doctor. There's a little bump on my wrist. My wrist has been hurting me for like the last like week or so. I don't know, and I noticed a little bump. So I googled it, and nothing that was too alarming. Nothing that was too alarming, you know. But I literally made a doctor's appointment. Like, unfortunately, your girl got sick, so I had to cancel it. But I'm gonna go to the doctor, and it was like, I mean, is it hurting you? I said, not really. If I touch it, yeah, but I don't want it there.
Sherelle, you do go a little overboard, but that's
No, no, no. My doctor told me last year when I went to go get my annual, my OBGYN, she said, okay, see you in 3 years. I said, psych, see you next year. I don't care what insurance say. I will be right back with my legs propped up, get it going. I refuse to be walking around here with cervical cancer or
Real
something
shit.
like that because you don't want to pay the insurance industry. I
Yeah.
don't care. I have insurance. I'm
Real
going to
shit.
get checked.
Real
Get the
shit.
little syrup, get it.
Yes.
And when I say I be in and out of there 45 minutes,
I
they
hate
be
that.
like, you're good. I'll be like, okay, well,
I hate that damn test, but you are absolutely right. I
I
hate that.
refuse. I refuse. I'm not about to be like, oh, you said 3 years, and then I go in 3 years, and they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe you should have came in before. Like,
Like,
bitch,
how was it? You told me not to.
I
Yeah.
I don't play that. So,
Real talk.
um,
So yeah.
go to the doctor.
Go to
You
the
got it. You got
doctor
an issue.
for
Go get your
sure.
physicals. Go get your blood drawn. You just never know.
Yeah. You are absolutely right. Lastly, speaking of dead bodies, damn. I showed this came up. CBS is having this new show or a mini documentary called Body Brokers, right? So
Mm,
the clip came down my timeline. I'm like, what's this, right? So this lady, I can't remember if it's her son or her husband. I want to say it's her son. Anyway, her son was in the
mm,
military. He passed away or whatever, or whatever. He died from some type of sickness. Anyway, she donated his body to science, right? So she donates the body to science. Um, and then I think they like they do some science shit with the body, and then
yeah.
without her consent, they donate it to somebody else where the body is now being used as a crash test dummy. She so she
How
I,
in the fuck does that even work?
they didn't get her consent to donate the body to to the next company. And unfortunately, all she got back was some ashes. When she's not even sure if those are his ashes or not. Girl,
Here's my thing. A crash test dummy that so if the test
I
fails, so if the
I didn't even
crash
know they
test
I didn't know they was using real bodies for that. I would play the clip, but it's by CBS News, and I don't feel like us getting
yeah.
yeah copyright stricken. So
Maybe we posted on our TikTok story.
yeah, or we can post
You
it.
know what I
We'll
mean?
post it. We'll post it on the Instagram. We'll post it on the Instagram story too, so y'all can see it. But
Cause
you know what this made me think about? You know what? Because I gotta renew my license this year. Anyway,
me
it made me think of
too.
yes, I gotta renew my license this year, and it made me think about how when you go to get your license, they ask you, "Do you want to be an organ donor?" Organ donor, and I don't know any black people who say yes. You say yes?
I will. I don't think I have in the past because like I think about I think about people who honestly it's weird,
Yeah.
but I think about the movie John Q.
Mm.
Like if that woman wasn't an organ donor, that little boy wouldn't have made it. I mean, these organs, when I leave this earth, these organs are just gonna be sitting there. Somebody could
Right.
have my beautiful eyes. Somebody could use my heart. Somebody could need my liver. Like I ain't using it. So I don't I don't see why not. I really
Okay.
don't.
Here's my take on this.
Okay.
What if I get into like a crazy car accident or something like that, and I could be salvaged, but they be like, "Oh, she dead. Take her heart out." Like I could have been still alive. What you mean? I'm afraid that
Mm,
they will take my shit before. Me being a
I feel
woman,
you on that.
me being a woman and black, they be like, she's already halfway there anyway."
I feel you on that.
that's,
I get that. I get
that's,
that.
I'm still like that's my. I mean, now I do donate a lot of blood though, because I am O negative.
You know what? Every time we talk about this, I need to. I'm like, what is my blood type? Like, and I really need to know that for a
Hmm.
fact. Like,
Yeah,
especially like I get married and shit like that. I need to know.
yeah. No, yeah, I donate blood, but I don't think I could be an organ donor. I'm not. I feel you, sis. Though. I mean, I get
Yeah,
what you're saying, but I just,
and I get what you're saying. See, it's like I'm like,
yeah.
yeah,
I'm gonna just keep donating my blood to the red blood red
American Red Cross.
Thank you.
I was gonna say Red Blood Cross. I remember. I got you.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's called Body Brokers. I can only imagine what other stories they're gonna have on there because it sounds insane. So yeah, just wanted to share that with y'all.
Ooh, that's just so weird.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
My thing is like you donate people's bodies to science. Like you don't even know if like what they're doing with those bodies. You have no clue.
Well, I know like some like if you donate it to like science for like like a college, they use it for research purposes. They be having your skull in there. They be like, yeah, this is Jeff H. He died in 1972. Here, they be like, here's his skull. As you can see here on the cranium, this is where we knew that he wasn't gonna live a long life because this vein. I don't want to talk about it no more.
I don't want to talk about it no more.
They be like, here's like some. Oh my God! Do you see that?
I don't want to talk about it no more.
Do you follow the doctor on Do you follow the doctor on TikTok who be taking out the breast implants and it still has like their it has like their skin like girls will get their implants removed and it still have like their skin on the implant and he like cuts it open like it's a goddamn Amazon package? It's crazy.
I'm trying to get a breast reduction. Why are we talking about this?
But that's implants. That's not. You don't have, girl. You ain't got no implants. Do you got implants? I don't. Damn implants.
No.
Exactly.
Nope.
These are implants. These are implants. So he takes out the gel implants, but like the body has created like this big ass cell around the implant, and he has to cut it up, and it legit sounds like he's cutting open a box. It's crazy. And he'd be like, oh yeah. He'd be looking at it. He'd be like, oh yeah, this is 67 cc's. We don't even use this type anymore. Like science is crazy. Science is crazy.
Honestly, like watching like documentaries of like doctors performing surgery, the way they just be tossing livers in these little tin shits.
They'd be like, "Yeah, hold this for me, Jeff." You like
what the fuck? That's somebody's stomach, nigga. Like
you just threw my spleen across the ER, the OR. Like
that's my pancreas. What are you doing?
Can you pick up my fucking spleen?
Have you ever seen the movie Alive? Is it called Alive?
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever heard of this movie before.
With Christian, oh my God!
Is it my boo Christian Bale? You know I love Christian Bale.
Really?
Ooh.
Oh. No. Okay. No, that's not the one I'm talking about. What's his name? He was in the movie Takers with Chris Brown and T.I.
Oh, that skinny, light skin, I called him light skin. I mean.
Yeah. I get it. He was in it. Terrence Howard, Jessica Alba, and like he was getting surgery, but it's called Awake, not Alive. Mm-hmm. And he was like, he could feel everything, but he couldn't move.
Nope.
While they were performing surgery, girl, you want to see a good movie? That's actually a really good movie. Because there's a plot twist to it. It's actually a really good movie.
It's always a damn plot twist.
It is. It's a good movie. That's a good one. But that's what that made me think. He could hear what they're saying. Like, oh, give me the scalpel. And like, but he can't move. And he can't open his eyes.
It'll be like the people who be on anesthesia and they be like, oh yeah, I didn't go all the way under.
Yeah, nah.
I'll be like, leave that shit to yourself. Don't tell me about that. Don't tell me about that.
Nope.
Anyway, now that we've went into medical horror stories,
right? We're a medical podcast.
We're a medical podcast. That's it for this week's episode. I went ahead and looked it up. You all suck. None of you left a review. Yeah. None of you left a review while we was gone. And Sherelle has COVID, and y'all didn't even leave a review for her. Wow. Shame on you.
Wow.
Shame on you. She couldn't even come out to a review. Disgusting. That's nasty work, you guys.
And I gave y'all a compliment. I gave y'all a compliment in the beginning of the episode.
You did. I don't know why.
I don't either.
You're too nice. Anyway.
There better be one when we're back in person next week.
Period. I'm expecting it. Yeah. Follow us on all of our social medias. We're on Twitter at HeadWrappOD. We're on Instagram at Headwraps and Lipsticks. Check out our Facebook page, Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast. Go to our website, www.headwrapsandlipsticks.com. where we have crew necks and t-shirts that are for sale but not on sale. Remember, we got, well, I don't know if we got a, we got a Cash App still, or how's that working? Or
I'll get back to you on that.
but you can, yeah, you know, if you want to spend this money, buy some merch.
That's that part.
Buy some merch. Yeah.
Do it.
Do that. What else? Oh, we're on a bunch of streaming platforms. Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Remember, I have to remind you because y'all keep forgetting to do it. If you write a review and you leave 5 stars, we will read it on the show. So just in case you guys were like wondering why. It's not like I don't say it at the end of every episode. So
every episode.
So yeah.
Every episode.
Yeah. Anyway, sis, what's your joke? Oh my God.
You'll actually really appreciate this, sis. You'll actually really appreciate it.
Okay.
I once swallowed a book of synonyms. It's giving me the sorest throat I've ever had.
Where'd you get that joke from?
Sean J. Thank you, Sean J. Get it? Because books. Do you like books?
Yeah. I got it. Crystal clear.
I once swallowed a book of synonyms. It's giving me the sorest throat I've ever had. Ooh, it's so funny.
So sad. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week. Tragic.
Peace.
Bye.